Oliver Sloup from Blue Line Futures. Oliver, it's a negative day today. A lot of red on the screen. A little bit of a turnaround from last week. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, quite a bit of red on the screen, but I think that's to be expected after the huge run that we saw last week. Obviously, timing a pullback like this is extremely difficult, more or less a fool's errand, but I think a lot of people were expecting a pullback at some point, and here we are, soybeans giving back the gains that we saw in Friday and approaching that psychologically significant $14 handle. So that's the first level that we're looking at. But I think the more important level is just below that, 1380 to 1390. This represents the 200-day moving average, and where we really just started to accelerate to the upside after that July 27th breakout point. And when we're looking at the charts, we look for retracements back to breakdown and breakout points. So that 1380, 1390 is going to be a very important level going forward for soybeans.
And how much this significance do you think about this grain coming out of Ukraine plays into it? And what about temperature? I mean, there's been any excuse I think we've had this morning about why we've seen these lower prices.
Yeah, the hot and dry temperatures got baked into the cake last week, and you and I were talking on the show, I think it was Thursday afternoon, that the hot and dry was largely priced into the markets, and now you're putting a lot of risk to the downside if we do get cooler and wetter temperatures. So I think we're seeing some of that unfold. Then you're seeing some grain move out of Odessa as well, which I think last week was kind of up in the air. When we originally got the announcement that the ports were going to open back up, we sold off, but then some skepticism came into the markets and said, well, what if we're not able to move grain? We got some premium back in the market. Now we're starting to move grain. Now you're seeing some premium come out. So I wouldn't be surprised to see that kind of trade flow continue on, a little back and forth as the jawboning continues.